Right, okay, welcome back everyone. So what we're doing this time with this game, I actually have absolutely no clue whether this is good or bad. We both decided that there was going to be absolutely no sort of help looking anything. It's just going to be, if you see a game and you think it's bad, you've got to get it for that person. Here's my game. And the beauty is I haven't even looked at it since I picked it up, so I can't even remember what it's called.
I want to say you picked up pretty swiftly. We were kind of walking about CEX in Cork, and nothing was really kind of striking James, and he literally went, "Go your game," and that was it.
Graham, there you go.
This is an Xbox 360 game.
I believe so, yes.
The only reason I think that is because that's where you broke your neck. You're like, what?
Mr. Xbox over there.
I thought that was an ass.
It could have very well been his ass. It's a Cartoon Network game.
Is it?
Yeah.
This.
That was the actual thing that like made me want to get it. So
it's Operation Rex? No, Operation Generator X, Agent of Providence.
Got it.
I don't know anything about this.
I don't know anything about it. I just saw it and I was like,
What could possibly go wrong?
It was this bit by here that made me think it's going to be bad. I mean, what is even going on here? There's like a guy, there's like a praying mantis over this side, and a guy, look at it, he's got like blocks on his arm. Can you understand my logic for getting that?
I can. Yeah. Because funnily enough, I went with the same logic as you for this game. The exact same logic. So, like James said,
What is he doing?
Are you ready?
I am. 100%. Are you ready?
I don't know. Yeah, go for it. Right. Oh, you
So
you're a bad lad. You know that, don't you? So you are a bad lad.
So I picked that based on the exact same principle as you.
Shrek.
And it's not even Shrek 1, it's the third. Which isn't even the best Shrek movie.
That's your logic. That wasn't the best.
It wasn't.
That wasn't the best Shrek movie.
If it was Shrek or Shrek 2, then maybe it would have been a good game. But the fact that it's a game based on the third Shrek movie.
Oh, you are pure filth. Oh, it's made by Activision. PS2 Activision.
So is this?
Oh well, there we go. Xbox. I didn't even know that. We got two Activision games. How about that?
Right. We'll be back.
See you later, guys. Now, growing up in the sort of late 90s, early 2000s, there's a good chance that you would have seen Shrek. Shrek was a massive franchise and a very beloved series. However, by the third installment, things started to get a little bit... So this game came out in 2007, right? Now, this was sort of around the sort of hype and the popularity of the PS2. It's supposed to be a good film, but to be honest with you, I've seen it and I wasn't all that impressed. It was quite average, to say the most. But, I mean... I just don't know what to expect from this game. So the game starts out with this.
Alright, that's enough. I'm not wearing this.
What is that? So I completely forgot this part of the video existed, but apparently, yeah, it's a thing. So yeah, it throws you straight into a tutorial level, and in this it's just kind of showing you the mechanics of the game. And this is basically a kind of beat 'em up action game. I'm not being funny. If I wanted to play a beat 'em up game, I would just play Streets of Rage. There is quite a bit of variety to the levels here. I mean, you've got a pirate level. You've got a far away sort of land level. You've got inside of a castle. You've got a courtyard. You've got a dungeon. And you've got like a kind of like icy level as well, where you fight these little gnomes. Got all your favourite characters in this game. You've got Shrek, you've got Fiona, you've got Donkey, you've got Puss in Boots. I mean, the game is called Shrek. Why wouldn't you just play as Shrek? Why have you got to have all these alternate characters? Don't get me wrong, I'm fine with the diversity, and I get that they want to put these characters into the game. But surely you just want to play as Shrek. So one of the things we actually really need to talk about here is the voice acting. And, I mean, it's not great.
Whew! You know, I almost didn't make it. You missed the gracious welcoming committee. Hey, Shrek, I got a question. Yes, donkey? You think this Arthur guy likes donkeys?
The voice acting isn't really on point, to be truthfully honest with you. I mean, they tried. Before we really get into the gameplay, we need to talk about this scene.
What is it? I love you too, honey.
Now, in the game, it didn't exactly go like this.
I'll miss you, Shrek.
Oh, I'll be back in no time.
There's something I need to tell you.
Well, can it wait till I get back?
No,
What was that? One more time.
Shrek,
What?
So let's just talk about the game, right? Now, to be fair, this game isn't actually all that bad. It's a beat-em-up style game. You go around the levels, it's pretty linear, and it's what you would expect from a game of this era. It's actually not anything new that you haven't seen before, but the platform is fun. It's kind of just one of those games that, if you were a big fan of the movie, you would probably really enjoy this adaptation of the game. And yeah, for any fan of Shrek, I don't see why you wouldn't enjoy this game at all. You get to play as all your favourite characters. Again, I don't understand why you wouldn't just play as Shrek the whole time, but, you know, it's one of those things. The game follows a sort of diluted version of the actual story of Shrek 3. Overall, there's definitely a lot of fun to be had here, and if you're a fan of the series, you will enjoy this game. Now, if you want mini-games, oh, this game has a ton of mini-games. So there are actually mini-games laced throughout this game, but there are also optional mini-games that you can play as well, and you can pick these from the main menu. I didn't actually bother checking out any of the mini-games, but they're here if you want to play them. You know what? I actually can't fault the game. It's actually like they've put quite a lot of content into this. And you can buy like different FMVs of the, little clips of the actual movie. You can buy extra add-ons, that sort of change up the gameplay a bit. So I'll give them that. So overall, my final thoughts on this game is it's actually not too bad. There's enough content in there to make it a worthwhile of a playthrough. And if you're a fan of the Shrek series, you might actually really love this game. While there are certainly worse movie license games out there, Shrek the Third still feels slapdash and thoughtless. Plus, its function to entertain is overwhelmed by its function to make money.
I'm Rex. Now thrill me.
Generator Rex, Agent of Providence, is a video game based on the animated science fiction television series Generator Rex, which was based on a comic book released in 1999 called M-Rex, which is Machina Rex, I think it's called. Released on Cartoon Network in 2010, it ran until 2013. The series begins with a release of nanobots called nanites into the atmosphere. These nanites then infect various life forms and have different effects on each being with which it comes into contact with. Some remain human but with various powers, whilst others become gruesome monsters called Evos, exponentially variated organisms. It's up to Rex then to stop the mutated Evos and absorb their nanites. Absorb your nanites. So, where does the game fit in? So the game was released in 2011 and published by Activision. It came out in the Wii, PlayStation 3, Nintendo DS, the 3DS, and this one, the Xbox 360 version. The plot involves bad guy Van Cleese attempting to find blueprints to build an Omega-1 nanite and Rex being tasked with stopping him. The game starts with Rex jumping off a plane that is flying over the Amazon. Although this is a good way to start the game, I did find it kind of went on for a bit too long and it didn't really seem to offer anything. Now the visuals were cool, but after a while it just seemed to kind of go on for a while and it was just kind of drawn out. Eventually, Rex lands in a village where a multi-faced Evo called Multi-Faced Evo is destroying the town. You work your way through the village fairly predictably and linearly. Is that even a word? You clear the area, walk to the next area, progress is impeded by random barrier, clear the area and repeat. There's no real exploration or deviation for the path, just go. So after about 10 rounds you finally make it to the boss, the evil with many faces. What's his name again? I can't remember. Again, no deviation or strategy, just stay on a platform, avoid attacks and hit until it stops moving. Rex absorbs its nanites, which then reveal the first piece of the blueprint. It's stolen by Breach and causes Rex to lose some of his transformation abilities. This is probably just to avoid questions like, why can I not just fly to the end? Now as a kid this definitely would have been my kind of cartoon, and I'd say I even would have enjoyed watching this, and I enjoyed watching it for the review. The game however just seems kind of bog standard, run of the mill cashing on what was a popular kids show at the time. It seems like no real thought or imagination was put into it and it's fairly laborious to work through. So for the game, the original voice cast reprised their roles, with some notable voices being John DiMaggio as Bobo Haha, the best character, I just need to say. He was also the voice Bender and Marcus Phoenix.
Smooth like sandpaper.
And J.K. Simmons for J. Jonah Jameson for Spider-Man as White Knight. After watching some of the original series for this review, I can safely say that Bobo is indeed the best. So kind of on reflection, although it is kind of simplistic and uninspired, and it does seem like it was kind of just churned out to make a quick buck on the back of the success of the cartoon, I did actually enjoy the combat. Like, it's not a game that you sit and think about, you just smash buttons, smash enemy, next area, smash buttons, smash enemy. Now with the few transformation abilities you have left, you can actually chain them together as well, which it reminded me quite a lot of like the Batman Arkham series. So that was good. It was smooth enough, but just the kind of repetitiveness is what really got to me. That being said though, I probably will return to the game at some point with the kids. It is obviously very much aimed at kids and not a 35-year-old grumpy fucker like me. But no, in all seriousness, I think I think they're both pretty.
I think they're both terrible.
I didn't think
Absolute
any
garbage.
else won. I think
No. So, there we go. Shrek and Generation Rex.
Generator
Rex. Sorry. There you go.
James, how did
So-
you enjoy Shrek the Third?
Shrek the Third wasn't the worst game, Graham. I don't think it was all that bad. It was bad, but it's definitely not the worst game you've bought me. I will say that. What did you reckon of Generator Rex?
You know, the funny thing is, it's actually not a bad game. The cartoon it's based on is amazing. Like, it's genuinely fucking amazing. Like,
You're welcome.
John DiMaggio, the guy who voices Marcus Phoenix and Bender, plays that Bobo Haha. Right, we're going to do something a wee bit different with this one. Right, we're not going to use Metacritic or Google. We're going to use Amazon US.
Is it really that
Because
bad?
they're both
Then we have to
available
use
on
Amazon.
Amazon US.
Okay.
Alright,
Okay.
right. So the first one now is Generator Rex, right?
Mhm.
So didn't say I've lost it now, and I didn't do this on purpose.
Of course you didn't.
So according to Amazon.com, right?
Mhm.
Generator Rex has a review of 4.1 out of 5 stars.
Of course it does.
Right? I don't know. That's why. There's no 1-star reviews. It starts at 2, so I think that's a good thing. So it's 4.1, right?
Okay.
Shrek the Third on Amazon.com
Okay.
is
A few moments later.
it's a 3.8 out of 5,
Okay.
but that's way 50.
Okay.
So-
So there's okay.
So the vibe I'm getting for that is there needs to be around 4.
Oh, there definitely will be around
Aye.
4. So in terms of beans, right? How much did the game cost?
Right, so Shrek the Third cost me
So
$2.50. 2.5 beans.
Yeah,
So
got
Shrek
it.
the Third. So this is
Okay.
this is my score, right? Is 3.8, right? Plus
Right.
1.5 because that's how much I'd left over, right?
Okay.
So we'll go 5.3.
But this is the fun bit, Graham.
This is the fun bit. I'm having a fucking blast. I don't know about you.
Oh man. Okay.
Whoever spent the least money gets a point.
Okay. How much did yours cost?
So Shrek cost $2.50.
That is correct.
Generator Rex cost $3.
So I spent the less money.
No, because $2.50 is less than $3.
You spent the less money.
I spent less money. So that means I get a point. So that means if it's 3.8 plus 1, then that means it's just 4.8. So that means 4.8 is higher than 4.1. So that means that one.
You won. There you go. There you go, everyone. Graham wins.
I think this is got redeeming qualities, but only because of the cartoon it's attached to. And I think Shrek's
Yeah.
pretty much the same because of the movie it's attached to.
Yeah, I
wouldn't
mean,
really say
Shrek is one of those quality titles. The films are awesome. The game, not so much.
Alright. And it's Cartoon Network as well, and it's both.
Yeah.
It's both Activision.
Filthy. Well, there we go. I'd say,
So it's a bit
I'd say
convoluted. But
bring on the next bad game challenge, and
is it
hopefully,
round 4
great.
Or is it round 5? I can't mind.
It doesn't matter. There's another round coming, guys. Don't worry about it. And hopefully, the next time we won't let Graham use Amazon because my god.
No, we'll be using Amazon for no one.
Okay.
And if you want to go even further into it, right? Shrek the Third with manual weighs 4.6.